Before we get into anything, I want to ask you something. When was the last time you actually stopped? Not slept, not scrolled, not waited for something to happen, but genuinely stopped, looked at your life and asked, where is the energy right now? Where is it pulling me? Because May 2026 is one of those months where if you are not paying attention, it will pass you by like a fast train. And if you are paying attention, if you understand the energy that is moving right now, this month can become one of the most pivotal turning points of your entire year. Here's what is happening cosmically in May that makes it unusual. We have 2 full moons this month. That alone is rare. We have Mercury meeting Uranus in a sign it hasn't visited in 7 years. We have Venus shifting the entire love and money conversation. And we have a new moon in Taurus that is sitting at one of the most powerful degrees in the zodiac. In Buddhist teaching, there is a concept called the auspicious moment, the idea that time is not flat. Some moments carry more weight, more potential, more transformation than others. May 2026 is one of those moments. This video is going to walk through all 12 signs. I am going to give you your keyword for the month, a manifestation affirmation to work with, and specific guidance for your money and your career. One request, even if you skip to your sign, come back and watch the important dates section at the end. Because the cosmic events of this month affect every single sign, and knowing them will help you plan your moves. Let's begin. Aries, born between March 21, April 19. Aries, let me ask you something directly. You have been moving. You have been pushing. You have been initiating. And there is a version of you right now that is exhausted from always being the one who starts things, and another version that genuinely cannot stop, because stopping feels like losing. May is asking you to understand the difference between momentum and burnout, because they can look identical from the inside. There is a teaching in Buddhism called Samvima, right effort. And the Buddha was very specific about this. He did not say maximum effort. He did not say constant effort. He said right effort, the precise quality of energy that moves things forward without destroying the person doing the moving. That is your entire theme for May. Your manifestation affirmation. I move with purpose, not pressure. My energy is a resource I invest wisely, and the universe compounds every right action I take. Write this somewhere. You will see it before you pick up your phone in the morning, not after. Before. Money and career. Here is the honest energy reading for your professional life in May, Aries. The first 2 weeks of this month carry a fiery, almost impatient quality for you. You will feel the urge to push harder, move faster, close deals quickly, start new projects before the current ones are finished. Watch that impulse carefully. Around May 14th, when Mercury and the Sun align, something clarifies for you professionally that has been blurry for a while. A direction becomes obvious. A conversation you have been avoiding becomes necessary and then, once you have it, surprisingly productive. This is a day to have the important talk. The salary conversation. The partnership discussion. The pitch you have been rehearsing in your head. After May 18th, the energy shifts. Mars moves into Taurus and suddenly the fast sprint you were on becomes a long road. This is not a setback. This is the universe protecting you from burning everything down trying to sprint a marathon. The Buddhist Money Manifestation teaching that applies to you this month is compound consistency. The Dhamma teaches that small right actions performed consistently create outcomes that large chaotic actions never can. 1 hour of focused work every single day beats 5 hours of frantic work 3 times a week. Build the habit in May. The financial results show up in August. If you are in business, a proposal you send between May 10th and 16th has an unusually good chance of landing. Do not delay it waiting for perfect conditions. Abundance ritual for Aries in May. Every morning this month, before you check any notifications, sit with both feet flat on the floor. Take 5 slow breaths. Say your affirmation. Then write down one financial action you will complete today, not a list of 10. 1. Complete it before anything else. This practice builds what Buddhist teaching calls chanda, purposeful desire, the fuel of right manifestation. Key takeaway, Aries: momentum is your gift. But in May, the wisest use of that gift is to channel it with precision rather than scatter it with speed. The universe is not behind you this month, it is ahead of you, waiting for you to catch up to the pace it is moving at. Taurus, arrival. Taurus born between April 20, May 20. The sun is in your sign. The new moon is in your sign. Venus, your ruling planet, is active and moving through emotional territory. And this is your birthday season. But I want to reframe what a birthday actually is through a Buddhist lens, because this is important. In the Dhamma, every moment is a rebirth. Every breath in is a new beginning. A birthday is not a celebration of how long you have existed. It is a recognition that you have arrived here, in this body, in this life, with everything you have learnt, everything you have survived, and everything you are still choosing to build. You have arrived, Taurus. That is the energy of May. Not you are arriving. Not you will arrive. You are already here. And the question is what you choose to do now that you have fully landed. Your manifestation affirmation: I have everything I need to begin. I am worthy of the life I am building, and I receive abundance as naturally as I breathe. Money and career. The new moon in Taurus on May 16th is arguably the most financially significant single day of the entire month for every sign, but especially for you. This new moon falls at a degree that astrologers call a threshold point. It marks the end of one chapter and the beginning of a new one. Whatever you have been preparing, a business, a skill set, a savings plan, a creative project, this is your planting day. And in the Buddhist tradition of bija, seed consciousness, the intention you set at the moment of planting determines the quality of the harvest. Do not plant on May 16th with doubt. Plant with clarity and commitment. Between May 14th and 18th, you will likely receive some kind of confirmation that a professional direction you have been considering is the right one. It could come as news, as a message, as a feeling of sudden certainty. Trust it. For those of you in finance, banking, real estate, food, beauty, agriculture, or anything connected to the physical, material world, these are your power industries this month, and Venus is amplifying them. Your Buddhist money practice for May, Dana meditation. Each week in May, give something of genuine value without expectation of return. Money to a cause you believe in, time to someone who needs it, knowledge to someone who could. Use it. The science of Dana is that it breaks the psychological scarcity loop. Every act of genuine giving tells your nervous system, I have enough to give. That signal is the foundation of abundance. Key takeaway: you are not waiting for your life to begin, Taurus. It already has. May is the month you finally feel that truth in your bones. Gemini, electric. Gemini born between May 21, June 20. Something fundamental is changing in the way you think, communicate, and move through the world, and it started recently, and you may not have fully processed it yet. Uranus entered your sign in late April. For context, Uranus spends approximately 7 years in each sign. This is the first time in your adult lifetime that this particular planet of revolution, disruption, and awakening has been in Gemini, which means everything you thought you knew about how your mind works, how you express yourself, how you learn and teach and connect, all of it is being upgraded. In Buddhist philosophy, there is the concept of impermanence, anicca. Everything changes. Nothing stays. And the suffering we experience almost always comes from clinging to a version of ourselves that the universe is actively trying to evolve. May is your first full month of this new Uranian era, and the electricity is real. Your manifestation affirmation, my mind is a channel for ideas whose time has come. I trust the downloads I receive, and I act on them with courage and clarity. Money and career. May 17th, Mercury enters your sign. May 18th, Mercury meets Uranus in your sign. Write those dates down. This is the kind of cosmic alignment that creates the breakthrough moments people look back on and say, that was the week everything changed. Not because some dramatic external event happens necessarily, but because an idea arrives, a perspective shifts, a connection gets made in your mind between two things that you suddenly realize have always been connected. If you are in content creation, writing, teaching, podcasting, social media, education, journalism, comedy, copywriting, marketing, or any field where words and ideas are your currency, this is your single most powerful professional window of the year. Not just the month, the year. Launch the thing. Record the thing. Send the pitch. Post the video. Publish the article. The window between May 17th and 25th is genuinely one of the most idea-conductive periods for Gemini in recent memory. Your Buddhist money practice, prajna journaling. Each evening this month, write for 10 minutes without stopping. No agenda, no editing, just pour out whatever is in your mind. You will be astonished at the quality of financial and professional insight that surfaces when you get out of your own way. The prajna tradition teaches that wisdom is not acquired, it is uncovered. Key takeaway: you are not the same person you were last April, Gemini. May is your first real glimpse of who you are becoming. Stay curious about that person. Cancer, Foundation. Cancer born between June 21, July 22. This is a building month for you. Not a flashy, public-facing month. A roots month. Lay the groundwork, tend the garden, build something that lasts month. There is a Buddhist parable about two monks building a shelter. The first monk works frantically, building fast, cutting corners, finishing quickly. The second monk moves slowly and deliberately, checking each joint, reinforcing each beam. When the rain comes, only one shelter holds. You are the second monk this month, Cancer. And the rain is coming. Your manifestation affirmation: I build from love, not fear. Every structure I create, financial, emotional, professional, is rooted in values that do not bend in any storm. Money and career. The new moon in Taurus on May 16th activates your 11th house, community, collective goals, networks, and the long-term vision of what you are building and for whom. The most significant financial insight for Cancer in May is this: your income ceiling is directly connected to the size and depth of your community. Not your follower count, your actual community. The people who trust you, who come back to you, who recommend you, who believe in what you are doing. This month, invest in those relationships, not transactionally, genuinely. Reach out to people not because you need something from them, but because you are curious about how they are doing. That energy is magnetic, and it creates the kind of professional warmth that turns into long-term financial stability. Your Buddhist money practice. The 3 treasures visualization. Each morning, visualize 3 things you are genuinely grateful for in your financial life right now. Even small things. Not things you want, things you have. This practice rewires the brain from scarcity to abundance over time, and the neuroscience backs the Buddhist intuition here completely. Key takeaway: what you build this month quietly will support everything you launch publicly in the months ahead. Trust the invisible work, Cancer. Leo. Legacy. Leo born between July 23, August 22. You already know how to shine. You have known that your whole life. May is asking you a different question. What are you shining for? Not who is watching. not how many people are noticing, but the deeper why, the purpose underneath the performance, the mission behind the magnetism. In Buddhist teaching, there is the concept of bodhicitta, the awakening mind, the mind that is motivated not just by personal achievement, but by a genuine wish to be of benefit to others. When your shine is powered by bodhicitta, it does not dim when the applause stops. It keeps burning because the fuel source is inexhaustible. That is the kind of legacy May is asking you to build. Your manifestation affirmation, I shine not to be seen, but because my light serves something greater than my name. My legacy is built one genuine act at a time. Money and career. The full moon in Scorpio on May 1st falls in your 4th house, home, foundations, roots, and the private self that exists beneath your public persona. Something may come to completion around your home situation or a foundational life structure. Then the new moon in Taurus on May 16th lands in your 10th house, career, public reputation, and long-term professional standing. A double activation of your life structure within 15 days. This is a month where decisions you make about your career path are genuinely long-term decisions. A shift in direction now, even a small one, has significant downstream effects. Choose with that awareness. Mercury and the Sun aligning on May 14th gives you exceptional communication power this month. People hear you differently, trust you more quickly, and respond more positively to your ideas. Use that window deliberately. Record content. Have the important professional conversation. Present the idea you have been sitting on. Your Buddhist money practice, Sankalpa, sacred vow. In the Vedic Buddhist tradition, a Sankalpa is not a wish or a goal. It is a vow made from a place of deep alignment with your true nature. Choose one financial or professional Sankalpa for May. One single commitment to yourself, and hold it without exception for the entire month. The practice of keeping your word to yourself is the foundation of all abundance. Key takeaway, Leo. The most powerful thing you will do in May has nothing to do with performance. It has everything to do with purpose. Find the why that exists beneath the what, and everything else will organize itself around it. Virgo, trust. Virgo born between August 23, September 22. I want to have an honest you. You have been preparing for a very long time. You have been refining, editing, improving, waiting for the right conditions, checking and rechecking your work. And there is a part of you that knows that the preparation has been sufficient for a while now. But you keep instead of beginning. May is the month the universe stops letting you use preparation as a form of avoidance. The Buddhist concept of beginner's mind, Shoshin, says that in the beginner's mind there are many possibilities. In the expert's mind there are few. You have become so expert at analysis that you have lost the beginner's joy of simply trying something and seeing what happens. Your manifestation affirmation, I trust the work I have already done. I release the outcome and take the action. The universe handles the rest. Money and career. The 9th house is activated for you by the new moon on May 16th. This is the house of expansion, publishing, teaching, international reach, higher education, and the courageous decision to be seen on a bigger stage. The financial opportunity in May for Virgo is specifically in sharing your expertise, not polishing it further. Sharing it. A blog post, a course module, a workshop, a consultation, a piece of content that demonstrates your depth of knowledge. This is the income activator for you right now. Mercury's move through Gemini after May 17th sharpens your analytical communication in a way that makes your ideas land with unusual clarity and impact. Your ability to take complex information and make it accessible is one of your greatest professional gifts. May rewards that gift generously. Your Buddhist money practice, the practice of non-attachment to outcomes. Upadana. Take the financial or professional action you have been postponing and release your grip on how it turns out. Plant the seed, water it, then trust the soil. Obsessing over the outcome after the action is taken wastes the energy you need for the next right action. Key takeaway: you are ready, Virgo. You have been ready. May is simply asking you to believe that. Libra, honesty. Libra born between September 23, October 22. You are the sign of balance, of beauty, of harmony. You are extraordinarily gifted at seeing all sides of a situation and finding the middle path. And sometimes, and this is said with genuine care, that gift becomes a way of never fully to your own side. May is asking you to be honest, not brutal, not harsh, honest, about what you want, about what you need, about what is working and what is not, about who you are becoming versus who you have been performing. In Buddhist teaching, Saka, truthfulness, is considered one of the most powerful practices for both inner peace and outer abundance. Lying, even to yourself, even kindly, leaks energy. It costs more than it saves. Your manifestation affirmation: my truth is my power. When I am honest about what I want, the universe can finally deliver it. I speak my needs clearly and receive my desires openly. Money and career. The full moon in Scorpio on May 1st falls in your second house. Money, self-worth, values, and the price you put on your own abilities. Something comes to light around your finances or your relationship to your own value. Here is the financial truth May is presenting to you. You have likely been undercharging, under-asking, or underclaiming your worth, not from lack of ability, from that deeply Libran discomfort with seeming greedy or demanding. But asking to be paid what you are worth is not demanding. It is honest, and it is the foundation of financial health. After the new moon on May 16th, a professional situation begins to resolve that has been in a kind of suspended state. Movement happens, a decision gets made, it opens space for something better. Your Buddhist money practice, right livelihood audit. This month, honestly examine whether your work genuinely aligns with your values. Not whether it pays well, whether it feels right. Because misaligned work creates a kind of spiritual drain that no salary compensates for. If the answer requires a change, May gives you the clarity to see the first step. Key takeaway: your balance is beautiful, Libra. But true balance is not the absence of preference, it is the honest acknowledgement of what you genuinely want, placed in right relationship with everything else. Scorpio, release. Scorpio born between October 23, November 21. The full moon is in your sign on May 1st. You already feel it. That building pressure. That sense of something pushing upward from beneath the surface. Something that has been held down, or held together, or held in, insisting now on being seen. In Buddhism, the practice of letting go is not passive. It is one of the most active, courageous things a person can do. Because holding on feels like control, and releasing feels like falling. But the Buddha taught that what we cling to most tightly is usually the thing causing us the most suffering. May is asking you, what are you still holding that is holding you back? Your manifestation affirmation: I release what no longer serves my highest good. Every layer I shed brings me closer to the abundance and truth that was always waiting beneath. Money and career. This full moon in your sign illuminates your first house, identity, presence, personal brand, and how the world experiences you professionally. Something about how you have been presenting yourself, positioning yourself, or defining yourself professionally is completing a cycle. This could feel like an ending. It is actually a reset. The new moon in Taurus on May 16th then activates your 7th house, partnerships, contracts, and one-on-one professional relationships. A new professional alliance or collaboration has unusually strong energy in the second half of May. If someone comes to you with a genuine partnership offer after May 16th, take it seriously. Your Buddhist money practice, shadow work for abundance. The Jungian shadow and the Buddhist concept of klesha, afflictions that obscure our true nature, describe the same thing: the hidden beliefs, wounds, and patterns that, sabotage our conscious intentions. This month, journal specifically about your money shadow. What did you learn about money growing up? What beliefs did you inherit that you have never examined? This is the deepest form of financial manifestation work, and it is exactly what Scorpio is built for. Key takeaway: what you release in May, Scorpio, creates the space for what arrives in June. The letting go is the preparation. Trust the process. Sagittarius, precision. Sagittarius, born between November 22, December 21. You love the horizon. You are drawn to the big idea, the broad philosophy, the adventure that starts somewhere and ends somewhere completely unexpected. And May is asking you, just for this 1 month, to zoom in. Not because the horizon is wrong, but because the arrow that hits the target needs to be aimed precisely before it is released. A beautiful bow means nothing if the arrow goes nowhere. There is a teaching in Zen archery, Kyudo, that the goal is not to hit the target. The goal is to become so present, so aligned, so fully yourself in the moment of release that the arrow cannot help but find its mark. The target is almost secondary. That is your energy for May. Not bigger, truer. Your manifestation affirmation: I aim with precision and release with trust. My focus is my superpower, and my intention lands exactly where it needs to. Money and career. Your 6th house is the area of focus in May. Daily work, systems, health, service, and the unglamorous but essential mechanics of how you actually function each day. Here is the honest financial reading. Your income potential and your daily habits are not yet aligned. You have the vision and the capability, but the day-to-day structure that converts capability into consistent income, that is what May is asking you to build. Specifically, a morning routine that includes financial intention setting, a work schedule that has actual boundaries, a system for following up, for delivering, for the parts of business or career that you tend to skip because they feel small. They are not small. They are the foundation. Mercury conjunct Uranus on May 18th delivers an unexpected professional opportunity, possibly through a conversation you did not expect to have, or a connection you almost did. Not pursue. Stay open to the unexpected this month. Your Buddhist money practice, mindful accounting. Once a week in May, sit with your finances for 15 minutes with full attention. Not to stress about them, to understand them. Where is money coming in? Where is it going? The Buddhist principle of sampajanya, clear comprehension, teaches that we cannot make wise decisions about what we do not clearly see. Key takeaway, Sagittarius: your arrow is ready. May is the month you stop thinking about the release and actually let it go. Aim true. Trust your training. Capricorn, investment. Capricorn, born between December 22, January 19. Everything you have ever built, you built by understanding one fundamental principle. What you invest in consistently grows. May is asking you to apply that principle to a new area. Not just your career, not just your finances, to your relationships, your joy, and your own inner life. Because here is what the Buddhist teachings and the planetary energy are showing for Capricorn this month. You have been investing in what is safe and proven, and underinvesting in what is creative, alive, and genuinely fulfilling. The 5th house is activated for you by the new moon on May 16th. The 5th house is joy, play, self-expression, passion projects, and the parts of life that cannot be justified on a spreadsheet. The universe is asking you to invest there. Your manifestation affirmation, abundance, flows through joy as easily as it flows through discipline. I invest in what lights me up, and that investment returns more than I expect. Money and career. Uranus is now activating your 6th house for the next several years, fundamentally rewiring how you work, earn, and organize your daily professional life. May is one of the first significant months where this energy becomes tangible. Something about how you work is ripe for innovation, a tool you have not considered. a process you could automate, a different way of structuring your day that doubles your effective output. Mercury conjunct Uranus on May 18th may deliver this insight suddenly and completely. Long-term financial thinking is your superpower, and May rewards it. If you have been considering a significant financial decision, property, business, long-term investment, the window between May 16th and 21st is favorable for beginning that process. Beginner, not necessarily completing. Your Buddhist money practice. Invest in your Dharma. Ask yourself honestly, if money were not a consideration, what work would I do? The answer to that question points toward the work that would make you the most financially successful long term. Because work done in alignment with your natural gifts and genuine purpose creates sustainable excellence. Start making incremental moves toward that work, even if you cannot fully transition yet. Key takeaway. You know how to build wealth, Capricorn. May is asking you to also build a life. They are not mutually exclusive. In fact, the best version of your financial story includes genuine joy. Aquarius. Authenticity. Aquarius born between January 20, February 18. You have always known that the conventional path was not made for you. You have always felt the pull toward something that did not quite have a name yet, a way of living, working, and contributing that the world had not fully articulated. May is the month you stop translating yourself into a language others understand and start speaking fluently in your own. Pluto moves retrograde in your first house on May 6. And while retrograde energy is often associated with delays or complications, for Aquarius this particular transit is a profound gift. It is a deep review of identity, of who you have been performing yourself to be versus who you actually are. In Buddhist teaching, the concept of anatta, non-self, does not mean you do not exist. It means the rigid, defended, performed self is not your true nature. Your true nature is spacious, free, and far more interesting than the identity you have been protecting. Your manifestation, affirmation, I am most magnetic when I am most myself. My authenticity is not a liability. It is the source of everything I am here to create and receive. Money and career. Uranus is now in Gemini, activating your 5th house, creativity, self-expression, personal projects, and the work that is undeniably, recognizably you. This is a 7-year transit. May is chapter 1. The financial and professional question May is putting to you, are you building someone else's vision or your own? Not in a rebellious way, in a genuinely self-honest way. If you stripped away what others expected from you, what would you actually create? Start creating that. In May, even in small ways, even as a side experiment, because Uranus in your 5th house for 7 years means that the work that carries your genuine creative signature will outperform everything else you do professionally. Mercury conjunct Uranus on May 18th is specifically electric for Aquarius. Your mind will be operating at a frequency that generates ideas faster than you can record them. Have a way to capture them. Voice memos, notebook, anything. The best ones will come at unexpected moments. Your Buddhist money practice. Beginner's mind for finance. This month, approach your financial life as if you had never been told how money works. If you were designing your financial life from scratch today, with no inherited beliefs, no family patterns, no cultural conditioning, what would it look like? That exercise, taken seriously, reveals the specific inherited limitations that are keeping you in a smaller financial story than your actual potential. Key takeaway, Aquarius, the world does not need a more palatable version of you. It needs the real one. May is asking you to finally, fully show up as that. Pisces, receiving. Pisces born between February 19, March 20. Let me ask you something. When was the last time you received something, truly received it, without immediately deflecting it, minimizing it, or turning your attention to giving something back? Because here is what I see in the energy for Pisces in May. The universe has been trying to deliver things to you. Opportunities, love, recognition, financial flow, and you. Keep leaving them on the porch. Not from lack of deserve. From an unfamiliarity with receiving that has quietly become a financial and emotional ceiling. In Buddhist teaching, dana goes both directions. The practice of generosity is incomplete without the willingness to receive generously. When you deflect a compliment, you rob the giver of their giving. When you turn down help, you break a circuit of abundance. When you minimize your own needs, you teach the universe that your needs do not matter. May is asking you to practice receiving. Your manifestation affirmation, I am worthy of receiving as much as I give. I open my hands, my heart, and my life to the abundance that the universe is actively delivering to me right now. Money and career. Jupiter is building toward something significant for Pisces in the financial area, and May is the month you begin to feel it as a real possibility rather than a vague hope. The third house is activated by the new moon on May 16th. Communication, ideas, writing, teaching, local connections, and the sharing of knowledge. This is your income zone for the month. Specifically, if you have expertise, insight, intuition, or knowledge in any area, and Pisces always does, though you often undervalue it, there is a paid audience for it. A workshop, a reading, a consultation, a piece of content, a written guide. The money code for Pisces in May is monetize what you know, not just what you do. A conversation in the middle of May, unexpected, seemingly casual, carries the seed of a professional opportunity. Pay attention to who says what. The message that matters will not announce itself loudly. Your Buddhist money practice, abundance tracking. Each evening in May, write down 3 specific ways that value came to you today. Not just money, help, kindness, an idea, a useful piece of information, a moment of unexpected beauty. This practice trains the mind to notice incoming flow, which is the first step to receiving more of it. Key takeaway: you have given so much, Pisces. May is the month the universe gives back. Open your hands. This time, let it land. Important cosmic dates for May 2026. Stay until the end of this section. These dates affect every sign, and knowing them will help you time your moves. May 6. Pluto Retrograde begins in Aquarius. Pluto Retrograde is a slow, deep transit that will be felt collectively as power structures coming under scrutiny. Institutions that have been presenting a certain face may show a different one. Globally, you may notice increased tension around authority, governance, and systemic power. Personally, where have you given away your power? Where are you living by rules someone else wrote for your life? This retrograde period asks for honest answers. May 14. Sun conjunct Mercury, one of the clearest communication days of the month. Your mind is sharp, your words carry weight, and your ability to be understood is at its peak. How to use it: important conversations, presentations, written work, anything requiring mental precision. This is the day to send the email, have the talk, make the pitch. May 16. New moon in Taurus plus Mars conjunct Chiron in Aries, a double event. The new moon in Taurus is your abundance planting day. Set clear financial and material intentions. Mars conjunct Chiron is about healing old wounds that have been showing up as blocks to action. How to use it: set specific, written financial intentions. Also, identify one old wound that has been keeping you from moving forward and consciously choose to begin healing it today. May 17. Mercury enters Gemini. Communication, ideas, and information accelerate. News travels faster, conversations become more frequent and more significant. May 18. Mercury conjunct Uranus in Gemini. Breakthrough thinking day. Revolutionary ideas arrive. Sudden insights about long-standing problems. For those in creative, intellectual, or communication-based work, pay extraordinary attention to what comes to you on this day. How to use it: Keep a notebook or voice recorder with you. The insights of May 18th may be seeds of something significant. May 18, Mars enters Taurus. Energy slows from sprint to sustained stride. The frantic, impulsive quality of Mars in Aries gives way to slow, deliberate, unstoppable Taurian momentum. What you begin now, you will finish. May 21, Sun enters Gemini. The social, curious, communicative Gemini season begins. Happy birthday to Geminis. For everyone else, a lightening of energy, more conversations, more ideas, more movement. May 25, Mars square Pluto, the most tension-filled day of the month. Power struggles escalate globally. Personally, this can manifest as conflict, frustration with authority, or a feeling of pressure from multiple directions. How to use it? Observe rather than react. Do not make major financial or relationship decisions on this day from a place of frustration. Let the energy move through. It passes. May 31. Full moon in Sagittarius, a beautiful close to a complex month. Truth, wisdom, expansion, and optimism characterize this full moon. Something you have been working toward becomes visible. A result, a recognition, a clarity about direction, how to use it. Celebrate what you have moved through this month. Acknowledge your own growth. And set your intention for June from the elevated vantage point this moon gives you. From the Scorpio full moon that opens May to the Sagittarian full moon that closes it, this is a month that begins in depth and ends in light. The Buddhist teaching I want to leave you with is this: do not dwell in the past. Do not dream of the future. Concentrate the mind on the present moment, not because the past and future do not matter, but because the present moment is the only place where you can actually do anything. Plan in May, dream in May, but most importantly, act in May. Because action, aligned with intention, is how the invisible becomes visible. Every sign this month is being invited to something real, not comfortable, real. The two are not always the same. If this video gave you something, a new thought, a new perspective, a moment of recognition, share it with someone who needs it. The practice of sharing valuable things is itself a form of abundance manifestation. We will see you in June. Stay present, stay intentional, stay abundant.